We're back in Morgantown for the second half. Dick Vermeil, we haven't had much offensive fireworks.
We have to give the credit to the defense, but neither offense has been any good, and especially Miami. I'm really surprised at them. You know, the real good passing attack and everything, they haven't done it today.
Well, we'll see what happens here in the second half. The Mountaineers of West Virginia, unbeaten and untied, and leading by a field goal. And there, Dick, you can see the stats from the first half.
You see, West Virginia has totally dominated the game in time and possession, but they still have only put 3 points on the board. Total offense for Miami, 60 yards.
Jack Arute.
Well, Brent, let's update you on what happened in both locker rooms. The emotional content in the West Virginia Mountaineers, they were very, very high, but it's a contained. I checked with Coach Don Nayland as he came out. He said our pass protection is breaking down. We're going to work on that, make some changes. Over in the Miami Hurricanes locker room, I asked Dennis Erickson what he was going to try and do. He says it's absolutely imperative that we establish the running game in the second half. I also asked him, should we expect to see Costa relieve Collins? He said not right now, but maybe in the fourth quarter if things don't turn around.
Miami set to receive the kickoff, Dick.
You know, Don Nayland told both you and I, if we could keep this game even going into that second half, we're going to beat those people. That's what he said. He felt very confident that if they could play them even or be ahead even coming in that second half, that would give great confidence to his football team, and he felt strongly about it, Brent.
So the ball is put on the tee. And Sauerbrunn, their fine punter, also handles the kickoffs. There's the kickoff to start the second half into the end zone. And we get shocking word from South Bend. After watching that Notre Dame had gone ahead on 4th and goal, Boston College has kicked a last-second field goal. They have upended Notre Dame. There might be, it's final now. Boston College has thrown the whole world of college football up in the air. And now when these fans hear that in Morgantown, they have just received the announcement, how high can the Mountaineers climb? And what about the Hurricanes? Boston College stuns Notre Dame 41-39. Wow. Ryan Collins, the quarterback. Collins slammed at the 25-yard line.
I'm not sure Ryan Collins wants to throw the ball, Brent. He got back there. I saw the pattern develop. It was a zone pattern against a zone coverage. The receiver was there. He tucked it under his arm and ran. He's not reading the coverage properly.
Now second down. Changing the play, and that's going to be tough here in Morgantown the rest of the way now. Collins keeping it, no one to pitch to. Slammed at the 24-yard line, and that was Derek Wiley getting another rip on him.
Brent, what he did is he audible to an option to his left. The running back did not hear the audible, and he took off and went to the right.
A look at the AP top 10. Notre Dame lost, Florida State going later, Nebraska idle, Miami losing here. Who will jump to number 1? 3rd and 5.
He almost pitched that ball out in space. There was nobody there.
No backs, everybody out. And he hits the running back who had gone out as a wide receiver. Hits Bennett. First down, Canes.
See, that type of a pattern is very, very defined, and a young quarterback can recognize what's happening with that. He zeroes in on the one guy. It's a zone pattern. He goes out, comes back underneath, and pops it to him. First half possessions for the Hurricanes. Look at 3 plays, 2 plays, 2 plays, 3 plays. 1 drive of 5 plays. Not very impressive.
Stewart. Tafoni tackles him.
They haven't blocked Derek Wiley yet. Strong side outside linebacker, number 45. He just penetrated. He came underneath the tight end. Boy, that's tough when that happens to the tight end. They're thinking hook block. All of a sudden, the linebacker comes under him. Penetration, minus yardage play.
Again changing up.
He sees the blitz look man-to-man coverage over toward the slot, Brent.
Tafoni, he sprints away from him. Tafoni pursuing a wobbler, out of bounds and incomplete. And it was Tafoni pursuing him.
Excellent bump and run coverage, too. West Virginia proving they can run with these people. Good pressure by Tafoni, forced him out of the pocket. They're doing an awfully good job of changing up the defensive fronts and mixing up the coverages. A totally different defensive front this time. They're bump and run coverage. Here comes the blitz right there. See, Tafoni forces him outside with inside pressure. Now he tries to lay it up to the tight coverage.
Out of Medford, New Jersey. 3rd and 10 for the Canes. Marcus Wimberly to the left, along with Tellison. That's Bennett. It's a shotgun and a 3-man rush. And against that rush, he fires complete to Chris T. Jones, hitting him for the first down.
Boy, that really stretches your defense. There you are on a shotgun. The one back you have in the backfield goes in motion to the other sideline. The other receivers are split all the way across the field, and they're playing zone. That time he stayed with the discipline of his read and fired that curl pattern. Nice job by Ryan Collins.
Notre Dame has lost. So here, West Virginia beating Miami by a field goal. Collins keeping it. Collins around the left side. Still can't find a receiver. Picks up a block. Tafoni now in pursuit. And it's incomplete as Timmy Brown, who has a wonderful vertical leap, was able to get back and deflect that pass. There's one of the best athletes on the field right now, and Tim Brown.
He's doing a great job, and you were talking and reading about what he can do, Brent. But, you know, they had an offensive lineman, Terrell Green, an offensive guard, was downfield. Tim Brown is gifted, runs a 4.5 40 and a vertical leap of 40 inches, and that's NBA caliber leaping.
That is amazing. It's the all-time record for a linebacker here at West Virginia. And you can measure athletic ability with a vertical leap.
Yeah. Ryan Collins is yes, he's mobile, Brent, but he's running around there and just scrambling around hoping something will happen. And if he's going to break out of that pocket and get scrambling like that, he's better off just tucking the ball under his arm and becoming a runner. Here's the play action. He's coming out there. He wants to throw the crossing pattern. He doesn't think he can throw it. So he's going to go reverse the field. He's running a quarterback reverse right here. Here he goes, looking for somebody to throw the ball to.
And Brown sticks a hand into the air and deflects it. After the penalty, it is 1st and 15.
This is so far away from the Miami style of offense that I'm used to seeing.
Being shut out so far in Morgantown. Collins with time. And complete to Harris. Hit right away by number 45. Wiley coming up, deliver the whack. And David Mayfield there defensively, number 30. He's had a big day for the Mountaineers, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. He's done an excellent job, and he's also the top student on the football team. Very bright young guy. Was a great high school running back. Ran for over 3,000 yards. And right now he calls all the defensive signals. He's taking the signal from the sideline coach there. Looks like they're coming after him again. Now they're tightened up.
Collins using a timeout.
You know what I think they're doing to him, too, is they're showing coverages, giving him a look, and then backing out of that coverage to a different coverage, and it's confusing him.
Timeout in Morgantown. Right now, Miami's struggling, trailing by a field goal. 2nd and 7. It's 3-0 West Virginia. Fires complete for the 40-yard line. And that's Chris T. Jones and a first down. Well, Jack Arute, you've got a very interested observer with you here today.
Well, Brent, indeed I do. Chuck Ninus from the CFA, and what a great weekend. The upset by Notre Dame, this game.
Well, college football's a great sport, Jack, and that's one of the great things about it. You don't know who's going to win every week.
Well, let's talk about the playoffs. You know, everybody, it's been reported in the papers a lot about that there should be a playoff 1 versus 2. We'll ask you that question right after this play, Brent.
All right, Jack, everybody wants to hear that. Chuck Ninus being involved with the CFA, the head of that fine organization. Here's the handoff now to Stewart. That's Mayfield bringing him down. Okay, Jack.
All kinds of reports. Now, what is the truth?
Our membership has asked our television committee to evaluate the future of postseason football, including the possibility of some championship system. Our committee is in the process of doing it. As many people know, we met with some of the bowls last week, and what we're going is in a very logical manner to see what we should be doing. We'll have a report for our membership no later than June.
Brent, that about sets the record straight.
2nd down now for the Hurricanes. They have driven down to the West Virginia 30. Donnell Bennett trying to pick his daylight. Mayfield comes up again. And there's a penalty flag. It was thrown late. I think you saw it perhaps on your set. It was a shocker in the way they were manhandled. Not so much that Michigan won that game, being in Ann Arbor. And how about the comeback by Auburn? How about Auburn being ranked #1 in the writers' poll? Could that happen? And Wisconsin needs a win against Illinois and then in Tokyo against Michigan State to earn its way to Pasadena in the Rose Bowl against the winner of this game, with UCLA leading USC 17-7. It will be a first down, and the Hurricanes have penetrated to the 23-yard line. They changed the look at the line of scrimmage, and Collins is forced to alter the play again.
See, they get up there and they cover the center and both guards. It's tough to run inside. They're coming after him. If he can get this off, he'll have one-on-one coverage.
Collins out of the end zone. Tommy Orr covering Wimberly. Marcus Wimberly, number 88, a junior.
You see what I was talking about here? They covered everybody inside. He knew he'd see all these people right here covering the inside of all the offensive line when there's no one to run. He sees the one-on-one coverage. He makes the audible. They come with a blitz. He has one-on-one up to the top of your screen. He tries to get it to him.
2nd down and 10 for Miami. And you can see that the noise here in Morgantown is playing havoc with the Canes offense. Under pressure, he'll take off. Tafoni can't catch him. And now he's hit by Tommy Orr and knocked out of bounds on that far sideline.
See, there is a time when he uses his mobility at an advantage. See, Brent, he's going upfield with the football, not running from sideline to sideline. If you're mobile as a quarterback, get upfield with that. This is like a quarterback draw. See, he's back there in the shotgun. He wants to throw left. He looks there. He doesn't see it. He's flushed right now. See, now he starts to go. He starts to go. Now he sees that hole, and he takes it. He's better off doing that than trying to throw the ball running right or left. He better tuck the ball away, too.
And Dick, it leaves him with 2nd and very short right now.
But see, that's an easy call. See, running sideline to sideline like that, and plus it's tough to throw the complete pass. Miami inside the red zone. 34 touchdowns, 47 times inside there. Excellent execution.
Jack Arute told us that Coach told him at halftime, we've got to establish the run, and Miami has come out here with a tough drive right now.
Well, if they give the ball to James Stewart, I'll tell you, they'll establish a run, because he has been impressive on the 2 tapes that I saw him play on. You know, a big guy at 235 pounds, a state champion, 100-meter champion. He can run.
At this moment, Bennett, number 33, is the Hurricanes running back.
And he's no sissy, I'll tell you that.
There he is.
See, he's a big guy too, Brent, at 227. They can pound on him. See, double tight ends, 2 wide outs. That balances up the defensive front. It's a little hard to use variations against a balanced running front, meaning there's 3 guys on each side of the center. They're stacked inside.
Bennett bolts for the first down.
You know, I was talking to Rich Olson, the quarterback coach for Miami, and he told me that they had planned to use 4 wide receivers in this ball game and take a tight end out as a changeup, and they haven't done that yet today.
Now, after that first down, Stewart enters the game.
He's the right guy to give the ball to down that close, Brent.
Gonna get it. Stewart still battling to about the 4 or 3 yard line, and
offensive right side of the line. Terrell Green and Zev Lemelski and those people came off the ball. Good surge. You'll see him right here come off and do a good job of turning people out. They check it. Now watch this big hole in there. Now freeze it right there. See that? No blue jerseys around to make the play.
Dick, we've got to see if he didn't fumble this ball out of bounds. Let this replay continue here. There was activity on that far side.
There it goes. There it goes.
Out of bounds.
Yeah. Good pickup, Coach.
The ball is at the Mountaineers' 3-yard line. Measuring over there for the first down, leaving them that short.
The last time they had a very short inches situation, they had a quarterback center exchange problem and a fumble.
The single most impressive drive of the game so far by Erickson's Canes.
The only one, really.
Yeah, you bet.
First half, the longest drive was 5 plays.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that hat you got on there?
Michael Jordan gave it to me.
Chicago Bulls.
Keeps that old Pate warm here in Morgantown, partner.
14 plays. That's 9 more than the best drive they had in the first half.
Bennett slams for the 1st and goal. Scott Gaskins, the defensive lineman, making the stop for the Mountaineers.
The entire defensive line group of West Virginia have done a real good job. Scott Gaskins, Barry Hawkins, and Steve Perkins. Those guys have all done a real good job of attacking these people.
Well, Dick, the Canes are down here. 4 downs to score right now. The defensive signal being sent in for the Mountaineers. Goal line set obviously on the defensive side here. And this is going to make him very unhappy. Another timeout has been called, and that means that they have already used 2 of the 3. And the way they're talking to Tellison, he may have been the offender there. CFA College Football on ABC, brought to you by American Honda, who has been making quality cars in America for the last 11 years, and the Travelers, America's umbrella. For the Miami Hurricanes, the 16th play of this drive coming. It began back at the 20-yard line after the second half kickoff, soared into the end zone.
The other thing they've done, they've eaten up almost half of this quarter already with this drive.
Harris is number 40, leading the way. Donnell Bennett blasts to the end zone for the Hurricanes. The game's first touchdown is scored by Donnell Bennett behind Derek Harris.
See, they line up in a strong formation left, getting the defense to lean to their right. Then they put the strong back in motion and run over behind him, trying to find a little weakness. They found the crack they needed for the score.
Dane Pruitt on to kick the extra point for Miami. Miami's lead increases by 1. So the Hurricanes ahead for the first time, 7-0, and West Virginia has allowed, Dick, only 6 rushing touchdowns this year.
I know it, and they earned that one too. Miami earned it by just pounding in there. Now you get the kick-out blocks. You'll see right there, Derek Harris, number 40, kick out, and there's a little crack right up inside there. And a man that strong and big, he doesn't need much room. Here it comes again. Get those pads down and power.
For Miami and Wisconsin leading Illinois 28-10. USC coming back on UCLA in the second half. Now 17-14 there. Big one for Virginia Tech in the Big East against Virginia, and Pittsburgh and Temple, 2 teams in the Big East, battle it out. Both had bad years, didn't they? On the ground. And it's picked up by one of the short men. They did not want to give the ball to one of those talented freshmen back at the goal line, and instead it's one of the Washingtons.
It's the 3rd tight end, Charles Washington, picked that thing and ran it up. See, a pretty good decision. They're kicking against one of the best kickoff return teams in the country. They don't like the direction with the wind blowing in their face, so they just kick it on the ground.
The scoring drive for the Hurricanes. Miami leading West Virginia 7-3. The national championship picture really up in the air right now with that upset by Boston College over Notre Dame today. 1st and 10. Line in motion. Walker to the 44. John Saunders, how did the Trojans come back on the Bruins?
Well, Brent, they got a little help following a fumbled punt. Rob Johnson here to Johnny McWilliams. He takes it for the touchdown, 17-14. Winner of this one headed to the Rose Bowl. Brent, back to you.
All right, John, and the winner here is headed for one of the big bowls. We just don't know which one yet. And we won't until next weekend. Still a lot of snaps ahead of us. Here's a handoff now to Walker. Walker brought down by Bass.
Walker had a little cutback that time, but he's more of a straight line type of guy. You know, the trackman speed, he's strong, but he's obviously not really good at making that sharp cutback, because the fullback kicked that linebacker out. He could have made the cutback. Tough to run on this Miami defense, giving up 115 yards a game.
Washington, after that return, receiving some medical aid on the West Virginia sideline.
Says, that's not in my scholarship. I'm not supposed to be returning kickoffs.
Jake Kelchner forced out of the pocket and then brought down from behind by Kevin Patrick, number 86.
Great pass rush by Darren Crine coming off the defensive end left spot. See, and that forced him back to his partner coming from the other end. Patrick, boy, those 2 guys are really good pass rushers. 17 sacks for one of them, 20 sacks for the other one in their careers, demonstrating real fine pass rush ability.
7-yard loss. 3rd and 13. So the Hurricanes turn it over in the first half. Then an impressive drive to establish the lead, but their defensive line keeping a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks. 3 sacks on the afternoon already. Kelchner in trouble, runs out of it this time. Jake Kelchner limps off. The hamstring pull obviously bothering him. He picks up a first down. They were not concerned about Kelchner running, but you could see as he came to the sideline, a rather severe limp that time.
He says, he's all right. I don't want out of here. Just don't call any kind of sprint action for me. Let me drop back and throw. Good pass rush up inside. Tremendous pressure there by Sapp and Lopez that forced him outside the pocket. See him start limping right there. A la Joe Montana.
The Miami defense, they have to light up at that site. As Studstill puts the helmet on, there's no question we're going to be seeing him before this game is over. Walker, very talented, pounds to the middle of that defense and flinches, brings him down.
See, the one thing you do with your offense, if you get defensive linemen that are really coming after you, Brent, you draw block them, you trap them, you get them up the field, give the ball back to a running back deep, and let him pick a place to run. 8-yard gain, and that's exactly what they did.
Second down, Woodard for the first down. Well, Jack Arute had an opportunity to talk to Jake Kelchner about the hamstring injury that he's playing with. Here's what he had to say.
I've caught myself being a little timid on it. I think it's 100%, but you're still a little timid to run full speed on it yet. But it feels good. It really does. I don't think, I mean, once the game starts, I get warmed up, I think it'll all, you know, disappear. Adrenaline will take over.
Playing on it right now, isn't he? And again, it is that short man. They've been using that fullback very well. Rodney Woodard, Dick.
Well, Tom Robsek, the offensive left guard, and Dale Williams, the center, and Jim LeBlanc, the right guard, are doing a good job right now of taking people on, and the running backs picking that little spot up inside and bounding right up in the middle. Good offensive line surges.
West Virginia pounds inside the Hurricane 25, answering that long scoring drive by Miami with a drive of their own.
See, they moved the defense over to an odd defense now. A little tougher to run inside.
Walker again. Walker to the left with a great speed. Walker maintains his balance, and another West Virginia first down. Paul White makes the tackle inside the 15.
West Virginia's been running the ball inside, so they move to an odd defense, putting a man on the center's nose. So he starts in here, and then he gets outside. See, they crowd up inside there. They stun it up in there. Now he goes outside. Good block there by Ryan. Good power by Walker.
Also, Eddie Hill, the wide receiver, came back and sealed off the defender and gave Walker a little bit of a crease. When you've got a running back like Walker, if your wide receivers will help downfield, oh, makes him that much more dangerous. The middle of the Kane defense was ready. Twan Russell was there.
Robert Walker running strong. Fullbacks running strong. They're blocking. Got a little blood on his arm there. You know, they can make you go out of the ball game now if they determine that being excessive. You can see at his right elbow there.
Much like the rule they used in college basketball in the NCAA.
Same type of thing, Brent. You know, they weren't successful inside this red zone in the first half. They've got to come up with something here.
Could be a passing situation here for Kelchner. It is in trouble again. But he stumbles away, maintains his balance, and Jake Kelchner runs for it to the 1-yard line. Holy cow, a first down.
I tell you, is he ever a competitor? He is hurting. He is hurting. We saw him hurt that hamstring, and right now the adrenaline is making him run. That leg is hurting him, but he doesn't care. He smells the end zone. Look at him. There's no question he's bothered on that. Starts play action there. Now see, good pass rush by Patrick right there. 86. He gets up underneath him. Now here he's going to try to get downfield. Lopez can't make the play. See, he's almost hobbling right there. Tucks the ball under right there in his arm. He's going for that end zone. What a competitor.
First and goal for Kelchner and the Mountaineers. Walker is stuffed short. It's second and goal.
Courageous play. These kids up here at West Virginia, I sensed it being in the locker room around here for the last couple days. When you talk with these kids, they're a tough group. And controlled intensity. They love playing football. They love going to school here. And they were really looking forward to the challenge of playing a team the caliber of Miami. But not in awe in any way.
Timeout. Time was running out on the 25-second clock. Rather than take the 5-yard penalty, the Mountaineers use a timeout. We'll be right back.
Hard to beat the Niners twice, but I can't visualize the Saints losing more than 3 in a row. They've already lost those 3. I can't see that.
Here, 2nd and goal. And the defense again equal to the task. They stop Walker. Did he put it down? Miami is signaling that there's a fumble. But the official, I believe, is going to say, no, we whistled it down. It'll be 3rd down. Warren Sapp. What a great defensive lineman he is, Dick.
He has tremendous quickness. As soon as you talk to their defensive coaches about him, they start talking about the comparison to the past great defensive lineman. There's 76, right-hand corner of your screen. He gets down. He's going to put that other hand down, and here he comes, that inside gap. You don't want to allow inside penetration, and he gets it anyway. See, you can't allow inside penetration in the goal line.
Dick, in watching the tapes, the West Virginia games, and even here, Walker is awfully effective to the left side when he gets to that corner. Let's see what they come up with here. 3rd and goal. Kelso's in trouble. Going to throw. Touchdown! To fullback, Woodard.
Same play action in the goal line within the last 2 weeks, Brent. Surprised it caught him by surprise. See, play action. He gets pressure from the backside. Now you see him here. They're bringing the blitzes back there. Here comes people. Colin Francis there. And he lays it out there anyway. Both people wide open. Good offensive call there by Mike Jacobs. Here's a good look at it again. You'll see power I formation, little token fake inside. They get the block in front, no one in back. They can't account for everybody backside. The defense couldn't account for everybody onside.
A 13-play scoring drive. 12 running plays and 1 pass. And the pass for the touchdown.
Boy, that makes an offensive line just gain so much confidence, Brent. You know, you put the responsibility on their backs, and Coach Neyland's got to be really excited about that drive because you did it the hard way.
This is a team here in West Virginia that is not short of character.
Oh, no way.
Sauerbrunn. Going to be downed in the end zone. It'll come out on the 20-yard line.
The one thing about this Miami team, though, with the type of people they have, granted, they don't have the Copeland from a year ago, and they don't have the Kevin Williams from a year ago, and those kind of big play people, but they can still score quickly.
The shocker. Boston College has thrown the polls up, and let's remember that they have a big meeting next week with West Virginia. That now is going to be no small-time football game. Donnell Bennett. Collins on 1st down, on the move, wants to throw this one away. And instead it's complete. He hit Clausell on the move. He picked him up when he got over to the right sideline.
Excellent penetration by Scott Gatskin, the defensive tackle, forced him out of the pocket. He didn't have much choice. He couldn't run like a quarterback draw on that one. He had to get outside. Now, you see, they changed to a 30 defense. 3 down linemen. He makes the fake. Here comes Gaskins to the left side of your screen. See, now he gets out there and he's flushed. At this time, he makes a good play and almost a great play.
A 22-yard gain, Dick. 1st and 10. Changing it up. Stewart's the running back.
See, they're back to a 4-man defensive line now, not the 3-man front.
The offensive line doing a fine job. Really held up, and he hits Harris.
Ryan Collins pass.
A first down, and Jackaroo, what about Rohan Marley on that last drive?
Well, some bad news, maybe, and I repeat, maybe. Behind me, you see Dr. John Uribe and the training staff of the Miami Hurricanes working on Rohan Marley. What he has done is he has taken a severe shot to the front of his thigh and has created a bruising situation, and they can't get the cramping out. With the cold weather, it's very difficult. As you know, if you take a hard shot, you don't recover from it real quickly.
All right, Jack, we'll keep an eye on that. And here it is, 1st and 10. The ball at the Mountaineers 45, and the Canes mount a second drive. Bennett, nowhere.
Steve Dunlap, the defensive coordinator, is really doing a nice job of mixing up his defenses. He hasn't given them the same look on first down, and I think in the last 10 first down situations. And it's causing some hesitation to the quarterback. I actually think he wanted to audible that time and recognized he didn't have enough time. Here's Steve Dunlap right there. He's calling the signal.
Seconds ticking away here in the third quarter. The third quarter. Unbeaten West Virginia leading once beaten Miami by a field goal.